Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I've not done a proper sit down talk video for a really long time. I think it's been a couple of weeks because the last month was so packed out with travel and things like that. I think I kind of did more vlogs and out and about kind of style videos, which I know aren't always going to be as interesting perhaps. I don't know, some people are sit down fashion videos, but they're always nice to look back on and show the grandkids, aren't they? But anyway, I'm back. Obviously, I think since I last did a sit-down video, the seasons have changed. I mean, it's not been that long, it's been like 2 weeks, but I think I left in the middle of September when it was kind of quite a reasonable temperature, and I got back and I was like, wow, jumper weather is upon us. So I thought I would jump in with a new kind of autumn transitional wardrobe video. I picked out some things for my wardrobe. Some are new, some are things that I've rediscovered. I did a huge wardrobe sort out at the weekend. So I thought I would show you some of the things I rediscovered, things I'm going to be transitioning into the colder weather, and yeah, just some of the things that I've kind of popped together, and I think they all kind of like cross-reference each other quite nicely because you can mix and match them all, and I've already worn a couple of the outfits already, so yeah, let's get going. The first item I have is one of my new favourite items for my autumn wardrobe, and it is this little blouse from And Other Stories. This is one of my favourite kind of transitional pieces because I am such a blouse wearer in the summer. They're my favourite thing to go with skinny jeans, shorts, skirts, everything. I love a pretty white blouse. If you look at my wardrobe, that's one thing I definitely do not need more of. But this one I picked up, it's kind of more of like a cheesecloth kind of material, so it's slightly thicker than quite a soft cotton or a chiffon or a sheer kind of silk. And I really love this, mainly because of the floral embroidery on it. I felt that that kind of gave it quite a nice autumnal feel. It would be really cool with dungarees underneath with a little denim skirt. And it's just a really nice layering piece, and you can put like a little vest top on underneath it if you're cold. It buttons up to the top. And because of the fabric being quite thick, you can't see anything else underneath it. So if you wanted to put a thermal on underneath, if you're a bit of a nana like me, this is perfect. So yeah, I really love this. The next item I picked up, which is more of a new purchase, and it's a bit more trend-led than some of the other things. I think my style is kind of quite consistent throughout the year. I dip into trends, but I'm not one to really hugely invest in them because unless it's something I know I'll love for years, I'm a bit like dithery about it. But anyway, I picked up this body from Zara, and I mean, it looks really weird when it's not poppered up. It's got like poppers. It's proper like a Beyonce kind of 80s flash dance body. Obviously you'd wear it with shorts, or maybe, but it's not obvious, maybe you could just wear it out with some like sheer tights and go for a full like fame look. But I don't know, I would personally wear it with like a high-waisted pair of jeans, but I really love this because I think it's a really nice take on a more autumnal floral print. It's slightly darker. I love the rich kind of colours. It's kind of Gucci-esque if you want to be a bit trendy. But I really love this because I think it looks really cool with high-waisted jeans. It's a nice kind of going out piece if you kind of like to go out in the evenings or want a day to night kind of look. This is a really great option. It's really light. You definitely need a bit of boob tape on it, or you know, unless you want to just be all free and whatever. But yeah, it definitely falls open quite easy. You could probably put a little vest underneath as well, or if you were very cool, put like a roll neck. I don't know, maybe that was a bit risque, but yeah, I think that's a really cool piece, really great day to night. It would also look amazing with like a pleated midi skirt. I know there's a load of those going around at the moment as well. And because it's got lots of different colours on it, it'd be really easy to match with things. So yeah, really love that. The next piece I have is this jumpsuit from Very. Actually, I was kindly sent this and I really love it. I've never really worn anything like it before. Because I was a bit worried about how to style it, but I wore it recently to an event and I loved it. It was a great piece for the kind of weather that you can still kind of wear like jumpsuits or culottes and things, but it's still light enough that you can layer and you can take your jacket off and it just looks cool with like a leather jacket or a full length coat as well. This one's kind of more 3/4 length, but I mean erring on the side of nearly full length. But it looks really great with little ankle boots, little heels, and I love the fact you can wear like a t-shirt underneath this on cooler day or warmer days, or even like a jumper on cooler days. It looks really cool with a roll neck or something quite Victorian style. But yeah, this is a really nice kind of piece because you can kind of, I mean, if like me you really feel the cold, you could probably get away with putting some like, I don't know, like fishnetty tights on underneath or some clear tights if you really felt chilly, because the legs are quite wide, so you could probably do that. I don't know how hygienic or comfortable that is, but just an idea for the chillier ladies out there. In terms of knitwear, I've got two things that I've pulled out, one of which I've had for a couple of years now, but still go to again and again and again, and that is this jumper, which is from Topshop. I think it's back to front, this way, which is from Topshop. I got this, I can't even remember when I got it, it was 2-3 years ago, but I have worn it to death. I think it's more the colour and the fit that well, everything about it basically. But this is kind of like a funnel neck jumper. It's not really roll neck, it's quite short, but still got that turtleneck kind of feel. And it's this really beautiful like warm mustardy shade, which is probably the reason I love it the most, because I have worn it so much, because it just looks great with navy, it looks great with burgundy, really, really awesome with like a light wash denim as well. So if you've got a lot of pieces of light wash that you've worn through the summer that you still want to wear through to autumn, this looks great because it kind of takes it into a new season, but then still has that kind of, still quite light. And this just goes with everything. It looks really cool. I've worn it a couple of times on the blog with the leopard print skirt, which I love because it kind of ties in the whole matchy thing. And yeah, it's just something that I've worn to death. But I really love this kind of shade. So if you don't have obviously a jumper like this is a really great colour to kind of start mixing into your wardrobe, because it literally goes with everything. Following on to And Other Stories, they are a brand that I'm currently obsessed with. I think every time I go into the shop on the website, I see something I like. I think they're amazing at knitwear, whether that's more basic pieces or more kind of, I don't know, embroidered or flouncy pieces. They just get it right, and I think their price point's quite reasonable too. I think they start about £30, and some of their knitwear goes up to about 80. So it's, you know, it's quite reasonable, I think, for good knitwear, especially because I feel their quality is amazing and I think lasts. But anyway, back to my point. I picked up this jumper from there, which I love. It's really, really beautiful. It's got this really pretty kind of like ruched neck, which is kind of like a turtleneck with a kind of with a twist. Wow, that sounded cool. And then these really beautiful little flouncy sleeves, kind of ruffled, which are really pretty as well. I think it's just a really nice take on a really kind of simple piece. I like picking up updated versions of things I love, so obviously I've kind of got a couple of roll necks that I wear again and again and again. But this I like, because I think it just adds something a bit different. Again, would look great with dungarees, the kind of jumpsuit, denim skirts. It's just one of those really easy pieces that just goes with everything. It could be cool as an evening piece as well with some smart trousers. But yeah, absolutely love this. Moving on to denim. This is probably my most worn item in my wardrobe, which I've probably mentioned endlessly in other videos, but the two pairs of jeans that I have been wearing endlessly and I think will take me through to autumn very well are these ones. So first of all, I have these from Gap, which are not done up because I wore them all weekend, so they probably look quite well loved. And these are the vintage straight jeans. These are kind of like a mix between a boyfriend and a girlfriend jean. So they're very straight, they're not that high. I mean, I pull them up a little bit higher, but they look quite cool with a big chunky belt. And they're just quite straight, so they look great with ankle boots. I wore these actually with the mustard jumper, a really big statement belt, and a peacoat at the weekend, and I was obsessed with it. It looked really cool, and I think the contrast of light with navy looks really nice, quite classic. A bit Alexa Chung, but yeah, I love these jeans, and the fact they're not too light either. They've got kind of a slightly darker wash at the top, so I think they've got that quite cool, worn-in look, so I love those. The other pair that I've been wearing endlessly are these, again, unbuttoned. Could do this, couldn't I, before I just sit on camera. From Topshop. These were actually featured in the Topshop video I did a couple of weeks ago, so I'll link that below if you want to see me, you know, moving about in them, and I styled them differently in that as well, so there's some more ideas. But these are kind of like a very, very cropped jean, almost bordering on culotte, but I absolutely love these. Again, these will look amazing with ankle boots. I think I've got these sitting on one side. I think these will look particularly cool with something like this, a cool blouse, just a really nice, fun 70s kind of look. So I really love these. They're still in stock on Topshop at the moment, and they're a really great fit. They're quite high-waisted too, so slightly different fit to my other pair. And I think it's nice to have a variety in your wardrobe, so they're the two kind of shapes I'm gonna hopefully be channeling into autumn. Moving on to shoes and accessories. I did a bit of a wardrobe clear out, as I mentioned earlier this week, and I found these shoes again. I wore these a lot last winter, and I'm really, really happy I found them again, because these are a perfect transitional boot. The colour is amazing. It kind of kind of brings a bit of an autumn effect to most outfits because of the kind of burgundy shade. But I also love the fact the snake effect, it just makes them a little bit more modern. They're quite practical as boots go because they've got quite a chunky heel, they've got this patent effect which again makes them great for like all weathers, which is a really nana thing to say. But yeah, very, very comfortable, very cool. I'm still on the hunt for a pair of perfect black winter boots. So if you've got any recommendations, please let me know because I'm struggling and my last pair of winter boots have gone AWOL. So unless they come back, definitely gonna need to be buying another pair. I also recently picked up this pair of shoes, which are these little ballet flats from New Look. And they are about £10, which is they're probably as cheap as you can go with a good pair of shoes. And I have worn them loads. I wore them when I was in New York and I've worn them recently back in the UK and they are great. I love the colour of them. They're kind of like a velvety effect and again they just look really cute with little kick flare jeans, skinny jeans, and even if you've got a big chunky knit on they just look really, really pretty. Again, they're so cheap. I kind of picked them up and thought, you know, if they're not comfortable, you know, it's not the biggest like deal in the world, but they are comfortable and considering how cheap they are I might have to buy another pair. But I absolutely love these. I love the shade of them. And they're just a really nice way of kind of spicing up outfits a little bit when it's still warm, when you can get away with getting your ankles out, because I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do that. In terms of accessories, I've also pulled out this bag again. This bag I bought last year from, can you guess it? It was And Other Stories. And they do have similar styles again this year, so I thought I'd mention it because this bag is probably one of my most used bags and the colour is absolutely perfect. The reason I love it so much is because it shuts the popper. I mean, it's got like my headphones in it. Maybe this is a moment for what's in my bag, maybe next time. But it's got like two huge compartments, which don't actually look that huge when I'm like, it's stuffed as much as it is. But it's got like a zipper inside. It's really, really cool. And I also sometimes tuck the strap in, so it's like a kind of envelope-y clutch. But again, it fits your book in it, it fits portable chargers in it, it fits everything in it, and that's why I love it so much. But I thought I'd mention this because again, I'm really obsessed with this burgundy maroon colour, as we all are around this time of year, but this is a really great piece to kind of switch up. I do a lot of pastels in the summer, so I really love kind of bringing this out. It also looks really great as well with like baby pinks and kind of nudes, so it's a nice way of kind of transitioning from those kind of colours into something a little bit more rich for the season, I suppose. What a funny word. Anyway, moving on, I've also picked up this belt when I went to New York recently, and it's kind of, I feel like an air hostess doing this. It's also quite good if you just fasten your seatbelt like so. No, I picked up this belt in New York, which is just a kind of really basic gold ring belt. This I really liked. It kind of reminded me of some of the Gucci kind of styles, obviously not as kind of out there or kind of statement, but this is really cool. I've never really been a belt wearer, which sounds like a really strange thing to say because essentially you wear them to keep your trousers up. But I found that by adding this to outfits that are quite simple, it adds quite a cool effect. It makes it look a bit more, like you put a bit more effort in. It's quite a nice accessory when you don't really know what else to include, so I really love this. Finally, I did want to do a transitional wardrobe without talking about 3 of my favourite transitional lipsticks. I mean, lipsticks are lipsticks at the end of the day, but I've picked out 3 colours that I've been loving recently. Firstly, we've got Charlotte Tilbury's Night Crimson, and it's a really, really dark burgundy colour. And then I've also got this Smashbox one, which is in Red Rage, which is kind of a more like dark, like bluish toned red. And then finally, there's this Smashbox kind of matte gloss, which is called Big Spender. And this again is kind of a plummy kind of pink. But I think, you know, if you're not prepared to do a whole wardrobe shop to switch your wardrobe up, that's fine. Like, if you've not got loads of certain colours in your wardrobe, I think lipstick is the easiest way to take an outfit from quite summery to a bit more dark and festive. And I think these lipsticks, or in fact any, I know Rimmel 107 is a huge favourite, are just great for kind of topping off simple outfits or adding something to a bit more of a special outfit too. So definitely recommend those if not. And that is that. I really hope you enjoyed this video and maybe picked up some tips or seen some cool autumn pieces that have inspired you a little bit. Let me know if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like. And yeah, let me know what other videos you'd like to see. I'm thinking of doing a summer wardrobe styled for autumn video coming soon, so let me know if you'd like that or what's in my bag. Anything, let me know. And again, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.